Okay, so this statement here is quite wordy, okay, but we're going to show that it's incorrect. And this type of question, you could make up a distance and a speed and then apply it to the actual statement, okay, and show whether it's true, or in this case it's going to be incorrect, isn't it? So it says if you drive any distance at a constant speed, okay, it would take the same amount of time to complete the journey as if you travelled half of that distance at twice that speed and the other half at half that speed. Show that this is incorrect. So we only have to show one example where this doesn't work. So what I thought of is looking at a distance of, say, 60 miles. Okay. So suppose you do that distance in 1 hour. Okay. So your speed effectively is 60 miles per hour, yeah? Or I can write it like this. So it's saying then this would take the same amount of time to complete the journey as if you travelled half of that distance at twice the speed and the other half at half that speed. So half that distance, okay, is going to be 30 miles. So let's look at then splitting this distance of 60 miles now into 2 halves of 30, okay? And we're going to show then that actually it's false, okay? It's going to be different times. So we split the 60 miles up into 30 miles and 30 miles, and it says if you travelled half of that distance at twice that speed, well, the speed we go when we look at the journey as a whole at the same speed is 60 miles per hour. So twice that speed would be 120 miles. Because you double it in 1 hour. Now, of course, we don't want to travel 120 miles. We want to travel 30 miles. But if we kept going for an hour, we would travel 120 miles. That's the speed. So to get 30 miles, to see how long that would take, we'd need to scale this down. And of course, 30 goes into 120 nicely. You just need to divide it by 4. Okay, so if it does 120 miles in 1 hour, divide that by 4, and then divide the time by 4, 15 minutes. Quarter of an hour. So the first half of the journey, 30 miles, would only take 15 minutes. So in 30 miles then, the second half of the journey, it says the other half at half that speed. So half that speed would be, well, half of this. So 60 miles in 1 hour, half of that would be 30 miles in 1 hour. 30 miles per hour. So in fact, half of the distance, which is 30 miles, if we go in half of that speed, it would actually take a whole hour, wouldn't it? Okay, so we've got the answer there. It takes an hour to do 30 miles. So the total time will be 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so the total times for both are different. So we can say the totals are different. So the statement is incorrect.